Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Just Some Bodhi's Opinion. My name is Bodhi, and I just wanted to talk about a personal thing, which is I got my first ever tattoo, and it was a Star Trek tattoo. Here it is. And I'm gonna show a picture of it right here so that we can look at it. And I just wanted to share about the thought process that came into making that tattoo and the meaning behind it. So tattoos are not new to my family. Like all my brothers, most of my brothers have tattoos. So it wasn't a strange new concept for me, but it was a strange new thing for me personally to finally get one. And so I was in a family vacation just the past week in Phuket, and my wife and I kept seeing these tattoo shops. And then, we had that idea of, hey, why don't we get a tattoo? And the nice thing was that my wife was, on board with it. So she was like, yeah, why not? And at that point in time, I was thinking, okay, if I want a tattoo, I want it to either be a Star Trek tattoo or a Wheel of Time tattoo. And I kept thinking of like different things that I could have as a tattoo, like as a first time tattoo. And I finally settled with a Star Trek tattoo because I've been a Trekkie far longer than the Wheel of Time. And I wanted like a very simple first tattoo for myself. So if you're gonna take a look at the design, there are two things that leap out straight away. The first, I am using the arrowhead Star Trek insignia that is very well known across all the franchises of Star Trek. But very specifically, this is the TOS insignia. What I mean is that this is the insignia which has the starburst, because during the TOS era, the different divisions were divided by color and what was on their arrowhead insignias, right? So we had command with the starburst, sciences with that circular thing, operations with that snail-like thing, and then medical with the cross. And so what you would notice also is that besides the TOS era insignia, you would see four pips or four circles down the side. And the pips were used during the 24th century, during the TNG era, I think all the way till Picard era. They're still using the pips to denote rank. And four pips would go for captain. I liked it because it also symbolized, my little family, my wife, two kids. It also symbolized me and my four brothers. And again, it's super simple and it could convey a lot of different things. So that's what I loved about it. So anyway, back to my story of how I got the tattoo. So all this conversation was happening in Phuket, in Thailand. But there was just so much things to do. And I was texting my brothers, and my brothers were helping out with the design. And I would just have to shout out to David, my youngest brother, who had thought about incorporating those four pips alongside the TOS insignia. So all of that was happening. We were super busy in Phuket. And in the end, my brothers were also saying, like, if you wanted that tattoo, then might as well, do it when you're back in Singapore, where I live, so that I have a go-to artist who I could collaborate with and who I would be, I guess, more confident in the hygiene of the equipment. But anyway, so I started Googling, and then I settled with one of them, and I started WhatsApping them. So this was 8 volts tattoo, and I started chatting with the owner, who was also, the artist, Joe Wang. And so we talked about, the size of the thing, and then he was saying if it's too small, then the circles might bleed through. But we talked through the design, and then he had a free slot the very next day. So I went, and just going through that experience, here was the tattoo shop. Here's me waiting while there was, some other customers. And then what he did was he printed out two of the designs, one bigger and one smaller. And then just to see whether if I wanted an even bigger tattoo, I decided with the smaller of the designs. And then he started prepping his equipment, and he was showing me all the different hygienic practices that they did, making sure that it's single-use needles, etc. And then they applied the stencil design on me to see whether it looked good. And that was me showing myself, okay, that's how it's gonna look. And then they started doing their needles on me, which was not bad. Like, I guess I was very prepped for pain. And then finally it was done. And I love it so much. And thank you, Joe and 8 Volt Tattoo, for my design. Here's a picture of me and him. Very happy customer. I kinda get why they say that, it gets addicting. So I can't say that this is my last tattoo. But for now, it is my first tattoo, and I'm just so happy. Maybe the next tattoo will be a Wheel of Time thing. But anyway, so that was just my super quick update about myself. Like and subscribe if you like listening to me ramble about different things in Star Trek, in the Wheel of Time, in Doctor Who. Come join my Discord, support me on Patreon, comment down below, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys next time. Somebody's opinion.